Welcome to Indie Artist Music Hustle with Blonde Intelligence. I'm your host, Miss Ronnie, and I always seek to give you a skip blah 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 blah. And I always seek to give you exquisite cranial repertoires. That Mercury retrograde has just been messing with me all day. But today we have a very special guest. We have hip hop artist P. Grant out of New Jersey. Say hello to everyone.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy Pete Grant, 78 West, North Jersey in the building.
So again, I am going to let you take over and tell everyone a little bit about yourself.
Well, I'm an artist that's been around for a while. You know, I've worked with a ton of indie artists. I've worked with some major label artists before. You know, I've been around for a long time. You know, I love the art of the music. I've been around. You know, I would probably be considered like somebody that's more lyrical than bop, but I do both. I get busy and I let my talent speak for itself.
What do it mean you're more lyrical than bop?
It's the breakdown to it is like all right, for instance, I'll give you an example. I was down in Georgia, you know, meeting up with some people about some music stuff down in Georgia, and when I was at my hotel, there was another artist there from Memphis, and he was doing his thing, and then you know, we was letting each other hear the music. You know, I was listening to his music, you know, and it was bop. But then when he heard my music, he looked at me, he said, "Oh, you lyrical." And I understood immediately what he meant. Like, he may not be saying too much or nothing, you know, and I don't take nothing from them. I'm not knocking on him on how he does his thing, you know, but his shit is more of a bop, like, you know what I'm saying? Some shit, he might be saying some real like nursery rhyming shit that sounds hot, but it's more of the bop and how he's saying it. And I'm more of somebody, when you listen to my bars, if you listen, you're like, ooh, oh, okay. You know what I mean? You can hear the wordplay and the metaphors and the, you know, the play on words. You can hear that when I rhyme, you know what I'm saying? I create with it. I actually make it do something, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
When I do it. And, you know, some people don't do that. They just make a nice little jingle.
Okay. So, I know we had some few technical difficulties in the beginning, but I want you to explain the lifespan of a hip hop artist as far as career wise, because some artists say that there's an age limit on hip hop, but not other genres. So I want you to explain to me, when you say you've been in the game a long time, what is a long time for hip hop?
Well, hip hop is only, you know, relatively new compared to other genres. It's only 50 years old. So, you know, a long time. If I say I've been doing music for 30 years, that's a long time, because that's over 50% of the lifespan of the genre itself. As long as you can stay hot, you can stay in. I don't hate on the younger, because they got their own thing going on, and sometimes I vibe with it. Some things I can actually get into and do with them. Some things I kind of like stay away from it. It's not my thing. But, you know, it's cool because they doing their thing with it, and that's fine with me. You know what I'm saying? I do my thing, and other people do their thing. We artists, and, you know, artists are very oftentimes thin-skinned about their work. So, you know, I don't really like to, you know what I mean?
So I'm going to ask you this question. I actually got a couple of questions that I want to ask you. But these rap beefs have spilled over into other genres. And Taylor Swift has made a country pop diss track against Kim Kardashian. What do you think about, they call them diss tracks? Do you think that diss tracks is only labeled for hip hop, or they should find another name for other genres? Because is it really a diss track? How do you look at that?
It can be, you know, I don't think you can singleize diss track and say, oh, it's all, you know where it came from. You know what culture brought that word or that phrase in, so you know where it derived from. Now you can go ahead and use it. You know what I'm saying? Like, but like Jay-Z said, you know what I'm saying? They want to take my style and run with it. That's cool. I was the first one with it. You know what I'm saying? So we were the first, you know where it comes from. So yeah, because actually if it's a track and she's being disrespectful on it, because that's what this is short for, like disrespectful track, a diss track. And if that's what she's doing, then it kind of falls into that category.
And I liked it. And I listened to it before because I was kind of slow on it before I knew who it was about. But it's called Thank You, Amy. And the K, all of it is lowercase except for the K, the I, and the M.
Wow.
And oh my gosh, she called a lady a bronze statue, and that her mom wished she was dead. And
wow.
Oh, just a whole lot. But I feel like, it was therapeutic for her, because actually my most recent show, I did talk about mental health in the entertainment industry, and that most people, there's 46 million people in the world, in the United States, that have some type of mental health issue, whether it be stress, whether it be bipolar, post-traumatic stress, whatever. And if you're in the entertainment industry, it is times 3 that you're having these issues, and people use music to get these things out. So I feel like it was therapeutic for her, but I don't know if I would necessarily call it a diss track. But all over Twitter and all over social media, it is Taylor Swift made a diss track against Kim Kardashian, and she even put in the song that even one day your kid is going to be listening to me about a song that only you and me know is about you. And then everybody was pulling up when the little girl was dancing to Taylor Swift's song with her mom.
Wow.
So, as Cat Williams said, it is the age of Aquarius, and this year the truth is going to come out. So, I want you to tell everybody about your truth.
I started a long time ago. I always say that, a long time ago. I work with so many different artists, from Fred the Godson, Redman, Young Buck, Gunplay, French Montana. I got a chance to be in the studio with DJ Premier, Naughty by Nature, Fame from the Rotten Rascals. I got to be around a lot of dope people, inspiring people, and I just think that made my journey at some point where it got tough, and I didn't know what to do or which way to go, or should I give up sometimes, just to look back at those accomplishments as an indie artist, that have them people on my resume and say that I'll work with these people. I think that made the journey, worthwhile, when sometimes it felt like it was tough. But I've been through the ups and downs. I've stopped for a while. I've came back to it. I really think if you're a true artist, you don't ever quit. You just become uninspired. Because
interesting.
When I stopped rapping, I just went and did a bunch of different things in my life. I went and got a CDL, drove trucks for a while, and then went to school for HVAC and started doing HVAC. So I just wanted to tuck as many skill sets under my belt as I could. And, I came back to rap, but it was a special reason for me that I came back. My mom had passed, and when my mom passed, I never had any dreams or anything. And I always was like, I wish I would have one. And then one day I had one. Mm-hmm. Started telling me to do my music again, and I'm like, what? In my dream, I was given every excuse in the book. No, I'm old. They're not gonna like me. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying anything to just no. From there, I just pushed forward, and I started building my brand back. Because I sold about in my merch. That's what actually does good for me. I live in an area, and this area that I live in, it supports me. Because the name of the label that I have, 70 West Entertainment, it represents this whole area, because this is the area of New Jersey that we frequent. And if you're from here, then you know what's up. I don't even have to explain it. We all up and down that 78 West line. This is traditional Jersey here. Right here.
Well, I don't know many people from Jersey, but occasionally I will pop in on Time to Grind Radio.
Oh, Big Sev? Big Sev is that guy. That's
Oh,
my
y'all sound
friend.
like, so I figured it was an accent thing.
Right. Sev is my guy. That's my guy right there.
Okay. Well,
He
tell
good
him
people. Shout out to Big
hello.
Sev. Say Sev.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I like
he's a dope artist. He's a dope artist.
Sing with me.
Yeah, that's him.
Yeah. So tell me about your newest single, your latest single. I listened to it and I understood exactly why the dude said that you were more lyrical, because you do have it makes sense. It's rap that makes sense. It's rap that tell a story, and we don't get a lot of that, and that's why he labeled you as lyrical. But I want you to tell me about your latest single.
Well, my latest single is Holy Ghost. It's with me and my cousin Pick and my cousin Kenny B, and I have a freestyle video out called South of France. That one is called Holy Ghost.
Mm-hmm.
It's an original joint that we all did together. My cousin Kenny B from Brooklyn and my cousin Pick Chambers, Armani Chambers from North Carolina. We all collabed on the track, and it's moving. It's really doing its numbers, and like a lot of people like it when they hear it, and it's real hip hop-ish. It's like where we were able to bridge the old and the new, because my cousin on the hook, he's younger and he got the younger people bop. But me and my other cousin that's on the verses, we give you that lyrical wordplay, and the way we did the bars was dope. So we were able to bridge the gap and bring both together, the bop and the lyrics together on the same track. And I think that was a dope formula. And we put that together, and it just took a life of its own. And a lot of people hit me and tell me how much they like the song and everything. And then I got a freestyle video called South of France. South of France is a video. It's a dope video. I actually wrote it and recorded it 2 years ago, and I was in the South of France, and I couldn't sleep. I had been, I go out there from time to time, and from the first time that I went out there to the last time I went out there was two totally different, South of France is. And when I was out there the first time, it was really more subtle, laid back, but the last time I went, it sounded like I was in North, and somewhere like that. I started hearing gunshots and stuff like that. I woke up like, what? Like, I thought they didn't have guns out here like that.
What would make you think that?
Because the first few times I went,
look, I interview people from all over, and they would quick to tell me about the hood parts of where they stay.
With guns is a U.S. thing. There are a lot of people, like you go to London and stuff like that. They do a lot of, they work with knives over there. But in the first two or three times I had been down there, it wasn't guns, wasn't a big thing there. It was like real. But that last time I went, and I didn't just hear the sound of regular guns. Those were assault rifles that I was hearing. Like, I didn't hear no sidearms. I'm like, what? So I woke up at 4 a.m. I couldn't go to sleep. So, my mind was just working, and I just was pacing around the room, and I just started writing that, and I actually wrote it in the South of France. That's why I named the song South of France, because that's where I actually wrote it at.
That's what your manager sent me.
Yeah. So, it's a dope song, and that's a dope joint. Yeah, you like? Oh, that's the one. It wasn't Holy Ghost. It was I
I haven't heard Holy Ghost.
Yeah, Holy Ghost is the actual single that we have out now.
Okay.
South of France is just something that I want to give the people a visual, and people like that they like that South of France joint. I'm saying? It's a dope bop. I got lyrical on it. I really, we got more joints coming out right now. I got a freestyle coming out called Lucifer. I
saw that.
Yeah, that's coming out. That freestyle will be out soon. We did another video and the Holy Ghost video was actually shot in Jersey City, and the South of France video was shot in Times Square. Okay. And then I just went down to North Carolina to Raleigh. We shot a video at NC State, and in that surrounding area, we were able to get some visuals and block off some area and get what we needed to get done. And it was a success down there. We were able to get a few videos done. My cousin Pick Chambers, he's down there. He was able to get a few visuals done for him too. Silent Eye, that's my cousin and his label and his thing down in North Carolina. I have 78 West up here.
Mm-hmm.
He has Silent Eye, which is short for Silent Inc. Incorporated, and we started our own movie called The Silent West.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we put both of the words together, and so you know, we got The Silent West, and we always work with each other. And The Holy Ghost was a joint from the Silent West project, and I'll be leaving 2 weeks from today. I'll be on my way. Yeah, I'll be on the plane. I'll be on my way to Africa to shoot another video out there, and it's gonna be a big year for me to be an indie artist, to be doing the things that I'm doing. It almost feels like I got a major behind me to actually be able to go to these different places and work with some pretty dope artists and move around, and just like, you know, I never wanted to do this on a local Larry scale. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I was just doing this for my people around the way, then I would have just even wasted my time.
So what made you become decisive on wanting to own a label? Because I know I was listening to an old interview that Pimp C did, and he was like, oh, I learned how to do some stuff because I was tired of paying other folks to do it for me. So what was your motivation for starting the label? Was it for a legacy? Was it to be self-sufficient, self-contained? I mean, what was your purpose of it?
I mean, the reason it was easier to just start our own label because we wanted to put our own music out. And at the time, you know, I started the label with somebody else, and you know, he split off and went his own way and started doing like a clothing line. You know, a lot of things came from was birthed by 78 West. You know, the clothing lines, other like little entertainment media companies came about. A lot of things came about from that branched off of this or were inspired by when we did our thing. They started doing their thing. And, you know, I worked with a lot of people and they did their thing. And I'm happy that, you know what I'm saying, I was able to be a part of something that was able to give birth to other things that other people were able to do. But I think owning your own thing is like a big advantage in this game. And, you know, imagine if I couldn't put anything out, or I was signed to a major back then, or trying to get signed to a major, and I was just running around with demos. Demos don't get kicked out to like the masses. Demos get kicked to the labels, so nobody's hearing your music. You're making this music. You're just trying to get some people to give you money. You're begging for people to give you a deal that's going to hurt you more than help you.
That's a way of looking at it.
And to see how Cash Money set align their deals and Bad Boy align their deals with the major companies, I said I would rather take a stab at it that way than coming from an artist perspective. I come with a few of us artists that come as a package deal, and we got our own thing going. Again, like the merch is what like keeps me alive. I sell a lot of hoodies and jackets and stuff like that. You know, believe it or not, it's so the range of people that buy my material is, you know, you might get a young kid that buy it, and you might have somebody like in their 50s and 60s wearing it. Like my uncle, I was just on the phone with my uncle today, and, you know, and it's dope that see that when your uncles are proud of you. You know, he was telling, you know, because I look up to my uncle, you know, he's a real, you know, inspirational guy. And he was like, yeah, Neff, he was like, I was wearing your hoodie, you know. You know, my uncle, he don't play no games. He real cool with it. He ice cold with it. He real cool.
Yeah, you old school, because my daddy say ice cold all the time.
Yeah, so he was like, you know, he was real cool with it. He was like, yeah, nephew, you know, I had the, you know, hoodie on. I had it at the gym and I was moving around. You know, people keep asking me, yo, you know them? You know, he said, goddamn, I know that's my nephew. And I'm like, yeah, that's dope. Get him up. Tell him.
I want to ask your opinion on this. TikTok and Universal Music Group had a little disagreement about royalty payments, right?
Mm-hmm.
And when I would say TikTok didn't lay down, they end up having Universal Music Group end up having to lay off about 40% of their workforce. Do you think TikTok is going to remain a major influence on the music industry because it's so important, and now they're fighting with the major labels and everything? What do you think about that?
Honestly, I don't even think that they're going to be able to decide that. I think that's going to be the United States government, because you got to bigger than that is Universal Music Group paying these political figures that's like witch hunting TikTok, because that's what it is. It's a witch hunt, and I don't have no pony in this, in this race. So it doesn't matter to me whether TikTok stays or goes. I'm on the platform, but I don't benefit from it that much that, let me be honest with you, it's a very informative place. I like to go there for information. I'd rather go to there than Google. And I think all of these places like Google and Universal, like TikTok is becoming like the Amazon of the internet. You understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So it's like, people laying off 40% or 40,000 or whatever you said that number was, like,
40%.
Yeah, like, think about it. Like, there's something affecting that bottom line for them numbers to be moving like that, because numbers move, make numbers move.
Why do you think that they're selling TikTok as a Chinese company when Singapore is not in China?
Because that's what they got to do. They gotta label it like enemy. They have to label it enemy so that the American people won't have a problem when the government attacks it. You know what I'm saying?
Well, they're already having a problem. So do you think the American people gonna stand up?
No. No, because you got big company dollars lining the pockets of these politicians. They're gonna go in there and get the job done for who's paying it. Why are they so like? This ain't real.
I think that the issue is TikTok allows the creator to be free.
Right.
And if a person like it, it's organic. It's like really organic. And it's not like, and I'm going to say, not like Facebook, who will disable your page at any time, or YouTube that will demonetize you or delete your page. It's like you're things happen on TikTok if you have major influence, but I think as far as the creator having a fair chance, TikTok is there, and I think that they're trying to squash TikTok to squash voices.
I think everything you said is spot on.
I'm gonna ask you this. You said you collaborate with a lot of people, and I've asked several people this. When you collaborate with someone, what for you makes it a success? Even if the actual song then turned out to be a success, what makes the collaboration a success?
I think that's a very opinionated, because success is a very opinionated thing. You know what I'm saying?
And I'm asking what you consider.
To me, I think that if the outcome was what you started out to create, or somewhat within those parameters, I think then you were successful. If the outcome is to get money and you didn't make money, then I guess that would be unsuccessful. But me going into doing a record, when I hear the record and I hear this and I hear that person on it, and I go get that person or those people and I put it on and it comes out the way I thought it would, that's a success. Because when an artist goes to like do a painting, for instance, if he goes to do the Mona Lisa and it comes out looking like the Mona Lisa, he was successful. You know what I'm saying? No matter how much it cost or what it brought in, if his point was to make something dope and it became dope, then I think that's a success right there.
Okay, so how important is it to you that to have personality chemistry when you're doing a collaboration versus this person has the skill that I need? We can work together because the skill mesh. So what if the personalities don't? How important is that in a collaboration to you?
This is business.
Mm-hmm.
The music business.
Mm-hmm.
From being in different situations, I've learned how to assert myself where I need to be asserted, and withdraw myself where I need to be withdrawn from. So sometimes, like even with any job, like when you go to a job, you're not gonna always like your coworkers, but you're gonna work together to get the job done because you want that check to clear at the end of the week. So if I know I gotta get on now, if it's something that's compromising one of my values or something like that, then I'm not for sale. I think I would like to say I think you might could rent me.
Oh Lord.
I mean, not like that, but not no Diddy. No Diddy. Like I got a moral base, so it's like as long as we because I work with a lot of people I ain't like in music industry and out of the music industry, and I just learned to you got to be a grown up at the end of the day because it's a business. I just try to be a grown up. If it's about doing great music, then we're gonna do it. Sometimes I don't even gotta like you, but if some people call and like, because what if you don't like? What if you sending me some money to do a song? There's been people that I've done song with that have paid me, and they've not been my favorite people, and their song has not been my favorite song.
Yeah, on that aspect, but what about if it's just like a just total clash?
I would, you know what? It would be very difficult to have a total clash with me because at this stage of the game, and again, I'm on the other side of the clock. I'm not young, and naive. So,
how old are you?
No, a gentleman never tells.
You have to be, because you said Chris Cross, and that's when you started. So you had to be around their age in order for them to inspire you. So you have to be around either 43 to 48 years old.
Wow. That's impressive.
What?
That's impressive on the spot investigative work.
What?
Miss Roney, that was good. Oh my God. Split the difference. We right there.
Oh, okay. So you're around 44.
You want to split it. There you go. There you go. So, I just think that it would be hard for you to have a problem with me because, if I'm not looking to be your friend, you know what I'm saying? If you got the song, I'm going to do my job and then I go because I have my own life and my own circle. If it's imperative for me to be around you or, you to be around me and it makes sense, then I'll do that. Or otherwise, I'm just here to really unless I really like you, we're going to do the business and I'm going. And that's it, I'm going.
So the reason why I asked that question is because I'm also a tastemaker. So I listen to music, right?
Right.
And to me, I can tell if personalities, to me, benefit each other, the personalities, because it comes through the music to me. Like Megan Thee Stallion and Cardi B.
Okay.
To me, that's like a natural collaboration. It's like they're having fun while they're doing it. It's coming through the music. It don't seem like it's working. It's like, yeah, we working, but we having fun, as compared to some of the other collaborations that I've seen Megan Thee Stallion do. You know what I'm saying? So that's the reason why I asked, how important do you think personality is, having chemistry with personality? Because I feel like a song could be good and come out good, but if the personality is there, it actually shows up in the music.
I think that can go both. It can go both ways, because to be honest with you, hip hop, unlike any other genre, is a full contact sport here. You know what I'm saying? This is very competitive here. I've never met somebody that said they're getting on the song with me and they want to see me flourish and do better than them and have a harder verse than them. I've never met a person to this day, and we've talked about my age, that everybody, like even myself, I would be guilty, of the same thing. Like, yo, my objective when I get on your song is to dog your shit. And and outshine you on your song. But the thing about it is this, which is dope about that thought process, is if your thought process is the same thing, imagine what we're gonna make. Imagine what we gonna make. I'm coming. I got all my cylinders hitting. I'm giving the best of me. He's giving the best of him. We competing to make this thing. Like, come on. What you gonna get? You gonna get fire. Think about it. For a long time, Drake and Chris Brown didn't like each other, but you got that joint is fire. And you know they was both trying to do their thing on that. I don't care what nobody.
But I did not know that Chris Brown could rap. So
I've been knew that.
I did not know that. And when I heard his diss track, I was like, oh, okay. I had to listen to it a couple of times because I was like so shocked. And I liked it because he's known for singing, and he's showing that he can do other things. So he danced, he sing, he rap. So there's got to be some other things. What are they? I want to know.
Chris is just amazing, man. He's a different type. He's a generational talent.
I like him, okay, but who was it? I think it was him and Jamie Foxx had a song. What was that song? I can't remember the name of it, but I remember them talking at the beginning of the video, and it was like that light skin when he had that light skin, and that was like, what the hell? So I was kind of like, on some of them, But when he started. When he rapped, that made I liked him when he done the tribute to Michael Jackson. Right. I liked it. And it's like after that, I really wasn't like a big fan anymore. I guess because I'm a word kind of person, so I didn't like that they had that conversation on that song because it already fed into stereotypes, and I don't even know if they realized what they were doing. And it kind of like made me. And look at him and Jamie Foxx sideways. I'm still looking at Jamie Foxx sideways. So, anyway.
Yes.
But I thank you for coming. I want you to give everybody a social media handle, the name of your latest single, where they can find you, follow you, everything about P Grant.
Okay, well, on Instagram, P Grant 78 West Entertainment. TikTok, P Grant 78 West Entertainment. You go on YouTube, type in P Grant, one word, and you can type in Holy Ghost, South of France, and the other stuff will pop up with it. The new single out right now is Holy Ghost. I got a South of France freestyle out. Shout out to A1. Shout out to Croft Tone. Shout out to Pick Chambers, Monstar WMC. Shout out to Young Zot. Shout out to Shaquan Management, and shout out to everybody that helps 78 West be what it is.
All right. When you heard him, you got a shout out. He told you every place that you can find him. You can find us streaming live on social media, on all podcasting platforms, and you can get your merch and your musical services at www.blonde-intelligence.com, and I will see you next week. Bye.
Hey girl, let me tell you about this podcast.
Girl, everybody has a podcast these days.
But this one interviews new and interesting indie artists. It's called Indie Artist Music Hustle with Blonde Intelligence.
Really? Where can I find it?
It's on all podcasting platforms, streams live on social media, and on rpentradio.com.
What'd you say it was called again?
It's called Indie Artist Music Hustle with Blonde Intelligence.
Girl, I'm gonna have to check her out.
Give it a check, girl.